Yo, what's up guys, it's Pat, back with another video from a night cold approach plus same night meetup, and of course including a text game breakdown as you used to it from this channel. So make sure to stick till the end of this video. Now this cold approach occurred in the dark streets of Vienna. Yeah, you heard right, not some third world country, as the one or another dating coach is trying to pull some busted tourist chicks, but in a Western country. As I said, I was out with friends and we were hanging on the streets. I was talking to one of my friends and we just exit the venue. And suddenly I saw a girl coming from the other direction towards us, high heels, everything a man wishes for, and she hold up like two balloons with numbers in her hand. So that was an easy cold read, as I assumed she was coming from a birthday party or she was going from to a birthday party, but actually more the first one as the moment. And you know this when somebody's coming from the opposite direction and you think about, okay, should I approach her or should I not, should I wait, whatever, and you pass the line and suddenly she takes one step forward and it's already passed. Then you're in the chasing frame of turning your back and following her and approaching her if you didn't have the balls to do it before. So always make sure if you're approached, then do it, of course, before you're in this equal line. Okay, because this is like to take an example, it's like the analogy of like a sprint, for example. When you pass by and you're on an equal line, still both parties are doing some few steps. Like in a sprint, you don't immediately stop, but you take some few more steps to really relax your body, calm down, and then you stop. So both are taking some steps, both parties, and then you meet on equal line, and then you get into a conversation in the ideal case. So as well, what I did here is I approached her by saying, and again, easy cold read of just 27. I turned it around to 72. I said to her, I never saw that good-looking 70-year-old grandma. And before just ending with this compliment and passing on, and she says, oh, thank you, and passes by, I was, of course, adding, how are you doing this, to make her stop, to get into conversation. And she got the joke. It was very funny. And we got into a conversation quickly. I told her what we are up to, and she's coming from a birthday party, as, of course, I assumed. And yeah, what else she said, and I was quickly trying to figure the logistics in this conversation. This conversation was not longer than like 5 minutes. It was under 5 minutes for sure. It was like more about like 3 to 4 minutes conversation. And I quickly figured out her logistics. She lives nearby, actually across the street, and perfect logistics. And she comes from Hungary as me. So we quickly created this bubble, you know. I number closed and moved on. Now many guys would say, why did you fucking number close the girl? Why didn't you go with her? Because she told me first that her feet are hurting. She was wearing high heels. She was up the night or the whole day. I don't know when the birthday started. So show a little bit of empathy always, you know. Don't try to push. Don't try to add too much pressure. And second of all, I was with friends, as I said. So that would show her already that, okay, this guy already gives up his friends or his friend to just hang around with a random stranger he just met. So he's really needy. And this would quickly turn around the frame, and she would be the one setting the frame, because I would like chase her. And third of all, I already had chicks, or I had already a chick in the venue. So there was no need for me to really rush this. So I number closed her. And yeah, half hour later, I was writing her. Now, what is important as well when it comes to late night approaches or night street approaches is to really not be cringy. Okay, when it comes to, and you have been out on the streets of a night, what you most find there, the creatures you find there, you don't want to know. There are crazy people out there. So really be aware that you don't come up with some cringe shit. Okay, the things you see on YouTube, this is not how it really goes. This is not real game. Try to add social comfort in the best case, and then create attraction. And I was writing her, I think half hour later, would you still be spontaneous today for a cup of wine? And instead of just leaving it with a question mark, I'm always very cautious how I setting the emojis. Where I'm setting the emojis is very important. Where you set the emojis and when to set the emojis, to not add And you see, when I would have just said, would you be spontaneous for a cup of wine? Question mark. The question mark always adds somehow a bit more pressure than if you end it with an emoji, or if you put an emoji to the end, which I did here with a wine emoji. Of course, in these breaks, I added, and this is the really like lighthearted humor to withdraw pressure. Sorry for my retarded Hungarian. Now, as I'm Hungarian myself, half Hungarian, my Hungarian is not that perfect, as I moved to this country a very, very long time ago. So I don't know the slangs of real Hungarians. So that was, of course, a bit, or not a bit, but this is of what the truth was here. And what shows as well that I'm not being try hard, you know. And this is what girls find attractive, you know, a person who is like comfortable with his flaws and who is honest and doesn't give a shit, he doesn't care, and he is cool like this. So she wrote back, it's no problem, 3 emojis, very good sign here, and already asking, even a better sign, where, question mark. Now, I wrote here in the near, of course, because I figured out previously the logistics. She lives in the near. We were out actually across the street or in the near, so why would I meet her up anywhere else, even though it was night and maybe some bars already closed there, and somewhere else it would be better. I still go for where the logistics are the best, because it doesn't give me anything to I don't know, set up the date somewhere else where she has to go far away, I have to go there, and then when it comes to pulling, I have a long distance. So always try to set the date location where the logistics are the best or the nearest, either your logistics or her logistics. And I said, of course, here in the near. Where do we meet? Where I got to know you, question mark. Always try to, again, bring empathy. Does it fit for you? And she wrote back, is there something where you can sit? Of course, I won't shoot myself in the own foot. And of course, I will say, yeah, of course, there is something to sit, even though there wasn't, or even though there is nothing. And I asked her, when do you be here? Question mark. Again, concretizing the meetup. She said 50 minutes at the metro exit. I just, and from here on, basically it was everything set. I was just a little bit confused. And I was asking her, okay, this metro exit? She said no, where we met. I was putting another metro exit, and there is a metro exit. I said, oh, okay, now I know. Okay, then in 5 minutes. Okay, again, give her a little bit of pushing a little bit, like, okay, is it fine? So 15 minutes, is it okay for you? She said yes. I wrote okay. She was already here. I was, again, of course, a bit late. What is very important here as well is what I see with many students and guys out there is they're trying to set up the place and the time in one. Never do this. Always do either setting up the place first and then the time, or the time and then the place, like I did here. Never do it saying, for example, oh, let's meet at the metro station, 15 minutes. You know, trying to show more empathy, trust her, okay, this place, does it fit? Yes. This time, does it fit? Or vice versa. And yeah, next morning she wrote me, next day she wrote me, good morning. Did you come home safe yesterday? So that was it. As I said, a 3-minute conversation. You don't need a fucking half hour or even 1 hour conversation to get a solid number close, as the one or another dating coach is telling you. But 3 minutes are way enough to get a solid number close. And of course, afterwards, getting rewarded, especially. And if you really want to get on the same level, then make sure to schedule a free 30-minute call personally with me. Also, make sure to join the free Facebook group with tons of value. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe this video. See each other in the next one. Peace out.